hard, you'll get a job, you'll get married, you'll buy a house, you'll have children, or whatever. However the dream is painted, that dream is, almost seems to be kicked out now. This dream is being slowly crushed, the one I just described. But even that one is also a will of the wisp. You've been told that that's where your happiness will lie. And what happens at every step, you become confounded. At every step of the journey does not provide you with that ultimate happiness that you were expecting from it. So that's called nirveda. And when you have nirveda, that is when, just like the need, the natural, when you reach puberty, that natural, hormonal, tourbillon, that whirlpool starts. So in the same way, when one reaches that state, usually it happens to people in their identity crisis years as teenagers or as young adults. Because that's really when you're making decisions about life, and you want to know where, you want to know what you're going to be doing with this 60, 70, 80 years that you're going to be on the planet. And you want to have some kind of meaningful existence. So when that really becomes very strong, then at some point, your samskaras, your subconscious mind, your purva samskaras from previous lives and from this life will find something to project onto. Now, that could be something as silly. I'm not saying this is not necessarily a spiritual guru, because people who are materialistic, they also do the same thing. They don't recognize it so much, and because they're so vikshipta, and because they're so lacking gratitude, they don't really recognize the functioning of Guru Tattva. But even they, why do we have heroes? Why do we have movie stars? Why do we have football players? Why do we have film stars? Why do we have politicians? Or, if someone, you might be Linus Pauling or some other Nobel Prize winner. There are all varieties. You have those ideals, those role models, and so on that come. But if your idea has come that, what am I doing with this life? How do I find the ultimate tadvijnanartham saguru eva vigache? Go to a guru. And what happens then is that of course, in previous societies in previous India, you had, just like you had arranged marriages, you had arranged guru. So nowadays we don't have arranged marriages anymore. And we don't have arranged gurus so much anymore. But in a way, the same principle is functioning. And just like a love marriage, a person allows that sphurti, that power of attraction to dictate what his direction in life will be. So in the same way, when one finds that transcendent connection with a guru, with another person, when one sees perfection, human perfection is manifested here, one becomes enchanted, one becomes hypnotized. One sees the presence of something extraordinary in that person. One sees, in other words, what one sees the divine, one sees the sacred, one sees the absolute as manifesting in that person. Just think about it, use the analogy of falling in love. It's very, very similar, just a different category. The mechanism, the psychological mechanism still is the same. So just like if you have faith that the direction, the pull of love in a particular direction, that is taking me to some truth about myself, that is taking me to some deep truth, because it's happening unconsciously. It's revealing to me something about myself that I don't know. And I won't find out right away. Because actually, it's not in the illusion so much, but it's in the reality behind the illusion that the truth is hidden. The falling in love part, that's actually very good because it attracts us into the field into that groove field. You become, it's like the moth that goes towards the flame, ends up burning its wings. In a sense, that when you're attracted, when the unconscious mind pushes you towards the guru, then, I'm making this example up, that the wings, your butterfly wings, will get burnt. The wings of ego will be seared, and you will enter into the flames of love. I think I've gotten too quick. So, tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Sevaya, what is the sevaya? So, the first thing, tadvidi pranipatena, the first thing you do is you fall down. In other words, you offer respect. You don't come with an arrogant attitude. You come with a submissive attitude. So even if you this is like before, you're still just like the girls, you're going to come to the girls and be polite because you're interested in attracting the girls, right? To keep with my little example here. So if you want to attract that kind of mechanism of transmission of grace and knowledge that comes through the Guru, you start out with pranipatena. The second one, pariprashnena, we explained. And now the third one is sevaya. Now seva means service. So we use another word that is used that we sometimes use, sushusha. Beautiful word. The sushusha is a very good word. Because sushusha means desiring to hear. The sushusha means the desire to hear. And it also means to serve. So that connection is very good. Because if you want to hear, if you want to keep on receiving, you have to keep on giving. So the service to the Guru. So what kind of service to the Guru? So there are many, many kinds of service. Shastra often tries to answer this question. What is your service to the Guru? And people often ask that question. Well, everybody has, this is not going to go further, I'm going to go in another tangent. I can't answer the question correctly. I have to tell something else. There's one verse that influenced me, and I'm also thinking about Swami Rama, because I just read Swami Rama's book. And one thing I noticed is that his guru was always sending him to other gurus. Now, some gurus, they will, this is the only source of knowledge. Some gurus will say, you only listen to me and don't listen to anybody else. But Shastra says, Nahekasma Guror Jnana Sustiram Syat Supushkaram Brahmaikam Advitiyam Vai Giyate Bahudarshidi. So the supreme truth is one thing only, but everybody sees it differently. So even when you go to, I don't have much time left, this is one thing I did want to talk about. Nahekasmat Guror Jnanam Sustiram Syat Supushkaram. You won't get fully clear knowledge, and you won't get fully solid, firm knowledge from one guru only. And you'll see that. It's not, these things are not, this is not, some kind of scriptural injunction. This is a description of the way the human mind works. If I listen to you, then I'm going to naturally, by my mental processes, I'm going to give the antithesis. There's a thesis, you give me a thesis, I'll give you an antithesis. But the antithesis, most of us get stuck either in thesis or antithesis, but the goal is synthesis. The goal is to find how the two things unify in the one. It's not that everything that something is going to, that the truth consists only of something that was said, but also you have to understand how it incorporates the other things that are opposite to it. So, so the natural tendency is to, let's say, for instance, you hear from the Guru, and then you read another book, and you say, what does this book say? And so you're hearing from various different sources, but you're filtering through the main trunk of knowledge will come from your Diksha Guru. The Diksha Guru, there are many kinds of Guru. So generally see, the principal Guru, when I say my Guru, when you say, who is your Guru? Someone say, who is your Guru? And you say, my Guru is. What's your answer? And now here obviously people will all say, my Guru is Swami Vedabharat. But in actual fact, there are many people who have several Gurus, and some Gurus will be prominent, some will be less prominent in their own construction of life. But the principle, the mood, the kind of pillar around which you build your life of sadhana, the principal direction that you take, that's the one that is in your Diksha Guru. Now when in that Diksha, when we talk about the Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, the first place you see that is in the Diksha Guru. And when you do it with the Diksha Guru, then what you're doing is you're actually doing it, you're saying that as a kind of practice. You're saying, you're reminding yourself of this absolute truth. But that Guru, Brahma, Guru, Vishnu, when you know it fully, then when you see Guru manifested in other forms, you'll recognize that is the same Guru. Even if that Guru is saying something different from the first Guru. At one point, your level of adhikar, your level of qualification was at grade 1 level. And so you were hearing grade 1 level teachings. And then your Guru died and went away. And he has left some books. But your process of learning, your process of growing is going to continue. So now, my time is up, but I really would like to just say I do want to say one more thing. I always cram it too much. Some people are familiar with my teachings. This verse I started the class with. Okay? So, Naivo payantyapachitiim kavayastavesha Brahmayushapi titam ridhamuda smaranta Yo antar bahis thanubritam ashubham vidhunman acharya chaitya vapusha swagatim vyanakti. So that is Krishna speaking to Uddhava in the 11th skanda of Bhagavatam. And he says, this is Uddhava speaking to Krishna, this is at the end of the Uddhava Gita, the 11th book of the Bhagavatam is called Uddhava Gita. And it's Krishna's instructions to Uddhava. So Uddhava is that close disciple and friend of Krishna's. And so at the end, this is Uddhava's conclusion, and he's thanking Krishna for the teachings that he's received. And he says, Kavayas, the knowledgeable, the poets. O Lord, the poets, if they were given the lifetime of Lord Brahma. Some of you may know. You look at the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you find out how long Lord Brahma lives. Lord Brahma, the life of Lord Brahma. How long is the life of Lord Brahma? If you had the life of Lord Brahma, even if you had that life, even if you're the greatest poet, and even if you remembered everything that was known, still you would, and with joyfully doing so, because glorification of the Guru, glorification of God as Guru, that's the source of it. So he says, Yo antarva histanuvritam ashubham vidhunvan, that he's situated in the heart. He says, he's saying that he is situated within and without. Yo antasthita, and situated bahi, outside. In what? Acharya Chaitya Vapusha. In one form, externally he appears as the Acharya. Externally he appears as the teacher. He comes back again and again in different forms. He comes back in different forms to take you on to higher and higher levels of understanding. And secondly, the most important, more important is the Chaitya Vapusha. That God appears within the heart, from within, to clarify the path. And I haven't got time to explain that, but I would like to say that the whole Bhagavad Gita is precisely about this process of the external guru and the internal guru. At one point, when you have had sakshatkar of the internal guru, then you become guru. Because then guru is manifested in you. Until then, you have both. Acharya Chaitya Vapusha. And you develop your Chaitya Vapusha. You develop your perception of the God, the Guru within, through the guidance of the Guru within. Then in order to do that, okay, you ask proper questions and you keep studying. No. Sevaya means, the best seva is what? The closer you get to the heart of your guru, the better service you can do. If you understand the desire of your guru, then you're closest to your guru. You're closest to your guru when you understand his desire. What is the desire? What does he want? And how can I fulfill that desire? How can I help see that desire come to fruition? Swamiji left a will and a wish list, I heard. We heard yesterday. Swamiji left a will and a wish list. The wish list, that's there for, who's got the gumption? Who wants to fulfill the wishes of the Guru who's there? That is the wish list. Okay, I'll talk too much. Thank you very much. Things are just like Swamiji said. He wanted to teach Sri Vidya, but he never had anybody who could do it. So there was all that knowledge that Swamiji had of Sri Vidya, and he couldn't give it to anyone because there was no one who got it. Let's have 2 minutes of silence before we start the prayer.
ज्ञानमुतचेतो धृतिश्चय ज्योतिरन्तरमितं प्रजासु यस्मानरिते किञ्चन कर्म क्रियते तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। येनेदं भूतं भुवनं भविष्यत्परिगृहीतममृतेन सर्वं येन यज्ञस्थायते सप्तहोता तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। यजुंसि यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठिता रत्नाभाविवाराः यस्मिन् चिन्तयन् सर्वभूतं प्रजानां तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। स्वानि मनुष्यानि नीयते तेषु विभाजिनमिव हृत्प्रतिष्ठं यदचिरं जविष्ठं तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। शान्तिः।
मुररिपुवराहस्य भवति
विहरति सुधासिन्दोर्मध्ये सुरभितविवाति परिवृते मणिद्वीपे नीको पवनवति चिन्तामणिगृहे शिवाकारे मञ्चे परमशिवपर्यङ्कनिलया भजन्ति त्वां धन्या कतिचन चिदानन्दलहरी